together. We might get everything started up now. So, welcome first, everyone, you know, new faces and old faces and young faces and old faces. I'd like to, before we continue with our today's proceedings, I'd first just like to acknowledge that we meet on Ghana land, on stolen land, that the sovereignty of this land is never ceded, and that I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging for all the work that they've done, like stewarding this land throughout thousands and thousands of years. So I'm sure, as most of you are aware today, we're here for a bit of a symbolic action. Lots of the details will be explained by Indy in a bit, but I thought first off, I might just explain a bit about who I am, and then we're going to have a speech from a representative of Doctors for the Environment. So, I'm Jamie. I've had a huge connection to nature my entire life. I grew up down south. Is anyone from no longer here? Give us a shout. Yeah. Woo! Nice, nice. So I spent a lot of time at Christie's Creek when I was a kid. It was a beautiful place as a boy. There was lots of things to explore, lots of adventures to be had, yabbies to be caught. Woo! It was a good time. Good time. And I was hoping that that ecosystem would be there for my kids when I eventually had kids, that I could share with them and really show them what I experienced, the wonder that I experienced as a kid. And there's one thing that I guess touched me the most when I was playing, and that was the monarch butterfly fluttering by. Those butterflies were truly instilled in me a sense of awe for nature and this beauty and complexity that exists out there. But recently I haven't seen the monarch butterfly, not nearly as much as I used to. In fact, I haven't seen one for, I think, about 2 years now. And it's a small personal thing, but for me it means a lot. Those beautiful butterflies disappearing is indicative of something greater that's happening out there. And it's heartbreaking, because I thought I could share that with, I thought I'd have that into my old age and I could share that with my kids. Anyway, I might hand over to our esteemed guest, Dr. Michelle Crest. Dr. Michelle works as a country general practitioner living in Adelaide. For most of the last 25 years, she has worked as a locum doctor across country areas in South Australia, around Australia and overseas. She now works as an emergency doctor at Victor Harbour Hospital. She is a member of Doctors for the Environment, or DEA, an organisation devoted to promoting good health through care of the environment. And she has 3 sons, and when it's quiet, she enjoys hiking, painting, trail running, and avoiding cooking. I might pass it over to her. Please welcome Dr. Michelle Crest.
Thank you, XR, for inviting me to share some words. Thank you too for inviting Doctors for the Environment to be present here today in support of your actions. A few degrees in temperature may not sound like much, but it can cause havoc in biological systems. It is my understanding that heat waves, which cause heat stroke, are currently the second biggest mass killer in Australia after flu outbreaks. In humans, heat stroke starts at body temperatures of 40 degrees, only 3 degrees above a healthy temperature. Once the body's temperature rises above 40 degrees, the body has no internal mechanism to return it to healthy conditions. Our own brain is completely unreliable in this state. We have to rely on others to help us cool down, or on our machines. Air conditioners, freezers with ice packs, or fans to lower our temperature. We cannot do this on our own. In a human being, untreated, heat stroke rapidly damages all our vital organs, especially our brain, liver, and kidneys. In medicine, we call this process multi-organ failure, and it has a dismal outcome. In a similar way, on our beautiful planet Earth, warming is leading to climate devastation and the collapse of many ecosystems. I think of this as multi-organ failure of the Earth, and I worry that it will have a dismal outcome too. To be healthy, we humans need a very healthy planet, which means clean air, clean water, good food, accessible places of natural beauty and restoration, all of which requires a temperature range that the Earth can regulate herself in. We are fast approaching a temperature range that is outside the Earth's regulation point. I doubt that even Dyson can develop a fan impressive enough to cool her. Alongside our physical needs, we know that our social environment is just as important to our health. Events like today help your health too. Pat yourselves on the back. Just as our health depends on the quality of our connections with other people, we at DEA believe it depends on our positive relationship with animals and plants too. We need to see and feel that our fellow organisms sharing the ride with us have their health respected as well. All these layers of intricate interdependence on a healthy environment are just as true for individuals as they are for communities and ultimately for human civilization. Sadly, we are living through the 6th great extinction. The current rate of species extinction is 100 to 10,000 times the natural background rate. We don't know if humanity will be one of them. All of the mass extinction events on this planet, from the first 444 million years ago to the extinction of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago to our current crisis, have had one thing in common: a changing climate that made the Earth uninhabitable for the majority of life forms. It's a fair bet that the dinosaurs didn't have much idea what was going on. We know exactly how we are changing the climate. It's scientifically proven, and we know what the solutions are. Dinosaurs were up against volcanoes and meteors, while we were up against very different things, matters that are largely our own species' responsibility. Our extinction asteroid is made up of our choices. Our asteroid is our refusal to make a rapid transition away from fossil fuels in all sectors of the economy. Our asteroid is our belief, still mainstream, but changing, very much changing, that we can continue to plunder and poison the Earth indefinitely. Our asteroid, at its core, has a very small number of greedy and arrogant humans who dismiss the environment and hence human health with their actions. Dinosaurs would have had significant challenges if they'd tried to organise their own extinction rebellion. As far as we know, dinosaurs couldn't communicate. We can, and our words enable important, empowering events like today. As a member of a collective like DEA or XR, I truly believe that we can work to create a stable, healthy, livable world to enjoy for many generations to come. As a doctor, I can reassure you that dying can be beautiful and can be intimate. However, it is a tragedy if the death is unnecessary, and it is a monumental catastrophe if it is an extinction caused by our own actions. The dinosaurs didn't have a choice. We do. Let's be courageous with our actions. Today, let us die together symbolically to bring home the reality of the path we're taking. Let us feel the presence of the others alongside us, their inner choices to be proactive in protecting our Earth's climate and prevent further extinctions. Let us not feel fear, nor inertia, nor apathy. Let us feel invigorated by placing our human bodies alongside our Earth body. We don't need to die as the dinosaurs did. We at Doctors for the Environment are here with you, XR, in this die-in, pleading with the rest of our human family to finally wake up and say enough. Thank you.
Some powerful words there. I might invite everyone right now to just take a second and look around you and look at all the people who are here with us today at this die-in event. We are working together, and together we can, collectively, we can solve this problem and build ourselves a safe climate future. Now I might just hand over to Indy here, who will explain the logistical details of this event, and then after the die-in happens and we've got our beautiful shots, we'll come back, reconvene, and I'll tell you about how you might get more involved with XR, should you choose, and maybe just have a quick brief. Here's Indy.
Thank you, Jamie. Hi everyone. Thank you for coming on to the die-in. Can I just have a quick show of hands? Who's their first Extinction Rebellion event? Yeah. We are so glad to have you here. We look forward to seeing you again at future events and actions that we do when we take action in the face of the climate crisis. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to assemble yourselves in a line-ish kind of formation diagonally across this lawn, because we're going to head inside the two front doors of the museum. What we're going to do is we're going to walk inside and we're going to turn right. And we're going to lie down along those glass windows that you can see there. There's going to be some marshals, myself and the other people wearing orange vests, that are going to give you some directions about where to lie down. One of the things that's important is that we maintain a space between our bodies and the glass windows so that members of the public can get access through to the stairs down that end of the building. The other thing that's really important is that we're going to do this calmly, quietly and respectfully, because we're not actually trying to disrupt or disturb the patrons of the museum. So if you can join me in that. And one final thing is that one of the XR principles is that we're a non-partisan organisation, so just a friendly reminder to keep any signage or any other things you might have for other groups just to yourselves for this action. I'm sure there'll be opportunities in the future for you to use them. Yeah, so we're going to please go forward, assemble now, and we'll see you back here afterwards.
Did you get that? Yup. We're live.
Wait, just a tiny bit of YouTube, and then I reckon we can do another process. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sorry. I did that, I know.
So we're here at the South Australian Museum hosting a die-in because we don't want to become one of the extinct species in here. got a great turnout of people, filled up the whole foyer.
I've got the done. Looking at this, exactly after that.
Where's next?
We're just going to do some shots outside of this.
Engage your muscles.
The amazing turnout we've got here today just goes to show how much momentum XR is building. People are sick of inaction on climate change, so you can trust that the actions are only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah, it's 1:45. Yeah, so I can make the meeting. All right. See ya. Yes, yeah, 10:30. Yeah.
Okay. How's everyone feeling? Yeah? Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Alright. So, I might just offer a bit of space for you now to turn to your neighbour, perhaps someone you don't know, who is part of the wider XR chat about how that was for you. Give you maybe 1 or 2 minutes just to have a chat to your neighbour if you'd like.
G'day. Paul. It's Linda. For a little while. Well, I was at last month's pushback ride through the market area. It was one of the groups here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just or just into the Facebook. Different. So the body the first one they wrote all and so the second one should be found that I have a camera like this, and so I have a video.
For anyone who missed the rest of the live stream, we've just come out of the South Australian Museum where we did a die-in. We had a huge turnout and we completely filled up the foyer, which was amazing.
Okay, so for many of you who put your hands up, this might be your first XR event. I'm just going to explain quickly what XR is about, how you might get involved in the future. XR does many events. There'll be more die-ins, but there definitely are a lot more disruptive events if you're keen to really stand in your power and perhaps do something that might be quite confrontational, or at least a level above what this symbolic action is. So I might just go through a couple of those events coming up so you could come and join, and then where you might find out other extra ways to get involved. So first off, we have a bike swarm, which will be basically a whole bunch of people on a Saturday morning getting on their bikes, cycling together, taking up a whole 2-lane road, blocking that road for cars and stuff, and just, you know, cycling at a leisurely pace, having a bit of a beautiful, you know, survey of the surroundings. If you're keen to come to that, the next one is actually this Saturday. We're meeting at 9:45 at Whitmore Square, and you're more than welcome to come along to that, join the big herd of people that will already be there. We also have a more crafty event coming up this weekend as well, a crafting. So if you're keen to make a couple of banners or perhaps make some costumes, if you really like painting or sewing, feel free to come along to that and add your creative artistic voice to our next action. That's going to be on Sunday from 1 till 5 at the Adelaide Bakery, and all these details are online, by the way. You can find them all on our website or on Facebook. And then lastly, if you're keen to hear a bit more about what XR really is and get to the nuts and bolts of it, there's a Heading for Extinction talk happening this weekend as well. That's at 10 a.m. at our new office, newly acquired office. Woo!
Woo-woo!
Which is on 54 Hyde Street. So it's pretty close, pretty central, just near the Rhino Room, if anyone knows where that is. And that's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. this Saturday. Awesome.
You can't work a camera properly.
In terms of the kind of broader XR, if you're keen to really get into the nitty-gritty and get involved, at the moment we're in the process of setting up a whole bunch of smaller, what we're calling affinity groups, which are like small, regional, action-y kind of groups that plan their own stuff and get supported by yours truly. So if you'd like to find out about your local one of those and really jump in as quick as you can, come and chat to me. I'm more than happy to hook you up. And then more broadly, if you'd like to learn how to become a marshal like Indy here, I'm sure they were great, or perhaps do CP training so you're ready to do a potentially arrestable action. We have many trainings planned for this next month. So feel free to look those up online, and there'll be one pretty well every weekend for the foreseeable next, all of September, basically. And that's probably the best way you can get really set for the next stage of our rebellion, which will tend to get ramp up over the next month and a half to a pretty big crescendo in early October.
Woohoo!
And now finally, just to end off, what I might try and do, and we'll see how successful I can be, is I might try and lead us all in 3 iterations of from little things, big things grow. Is everyone familiar with the words of that?
Woo! Little things, big things grow. From 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 little things, big things grow.
Thanks so much.
Woo! Hi. What's your name?
My name's Ruby.
Cool. And this was your first XR event, right? Cool. Yay. Wonderful. Yeah, cool. Yeah. What made you want to come along?
One of my good friends actually participates in this and he suggested to me this might be a really cool starter event and I agreed to come because I wanted to come and support him and also because I'm passionate about climate activism and climate justice.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Ruby. Hey, good. Did you want to give a little comment? How did you think that event went? No?
Yeah, it was a quick one. It was amazing. I don't know, yeah, but it's so good.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was a really good turnout. I thought that was really impressive. Yeah. More to come. Bigger and better. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. All right, we might finish it there. Thanks everyone for the support. Thank you to everyone who came along. This was an amazing event. Really excited to see what's next.